Welcome back to the show. I'm Jenny McCarthy Wahlberg. My favorite topic continues. Zak Bagans and Aaron Goodwin are here. The show is called Ghost Adventures, Horror at Joe Exotic Zoo. See, we ain't done with Joe Exotic yet. Oh my God, I can't wait to find out what this is about. Travel Channel, Thursday night, October 29th at 9 p.m. Don't miss it. I already got it circled. Hey guys, welcome to the show.
Hey, how you doing?
This is fun. First of all, how did you guys find each other? Because you both have had some pretty great adventures.
eHarmony.
Great answer.
The rest is history.
How about you, Aaron? You feel the same way?
Unfortunately, I met Zach and we started ghost hunting, and then now it's just a world of terror.
I love it. And have you
I
guys...
was there to see his very first experience. I saw his, I don't know how to say that, but yeah, I saw his very first paranormal experience. It was such a great moment.
Can you refresh everyone's memory as to what that might be? Because I'm sure you told that story already.
Yeah, we started a long time ago. We were filming this documentary called Ghost Adventures, the documentary back in 2004. And we went to Virginia City, Nevada. And at this point, we needed an extra camera guy, and Aaron knew camera work and stuff like that. But he was really skittish. I mean, he still is now, but he's not as bad. He's gone through some crazy phases. But we were at Virginia City, Nevada in the Washoe Club, one of the most haunted buildings in this entire planet. And we were walking along, and Aaron went in this hallway, and we saw this little, a noose hanging from the ceiling, and we didn't know how it got there. And right when we got underneath of that, he just started having all these chills, and it terrified him. And, yeah, he wanted to quit the documentary, but that didn't happen.
That's why he's skittish, or was skittish, or is still skittish. I don't blame you. I mean, that's one of the scariest things for me, because I love this topic. I love ghost hunting. I love all the paranormal. But the stories of people that have demonic entities that attach themselves, or bad shit starts happening in their lives, or they get sick. Do you guys get worried about that? And if so, what do you do about it?
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole other level of paranormal. I mean, most people, the groups that I know of and a lot of the shows, they like to just do investigations that are known to, have kind of just your regular human spirit hauntings. But when you cross the line and you get into demonic infestations, and you're literally going into people's houses where they are pleading with you for help, because nobody goes to help them. There's not a phone number you can call. I mean, they even call the church, and the church is like, oh, well, we need this donation, and we can't get the. I'm not cutting the church down, but a lot of these people have a lot of problems getting help and people taking things seriously. And when we go in there, we understand it. I mean, we go, we meet them, we interview them, and we do take the necessary steps to, process their interviews and kind of assess the situation, make sure there's nothing mental going on. But then again, demons can manipulate the mind. So it's hard to kind of decipher if they're suffering from some type of psychological illness or if they're being affected by demons. It's very, very challenging, especially when there's lives on the line. But when we go there and we start doing our investigations, and we've done this so long to know that we can feel things in the house, and our equipment and documenting different evidence, then we know that we're dealing with something demonic. And that's where the case kind of then continues on, and we bring in people that can actually help them, and we work with an exorcist and things like that. So it gets pretty crazy.
And then, Aaron, do you ever go home after one of these experiences and lay in bed with your eyes open going, I'm scared? Like, did they follow me home? Like,
all the time. Stuff follows us back from these investigations, and you got to go through it and deal with it, because in the next couple of weeks, you're going to be doing it again. So it's pretty much been that way since we started.
Is there a way to prevent them from following you back? Can you be like,
there are.
What are those preventions?
I mean, everybody's different. So it's not like I can like leave the house and put on a special jacket that's like I'm demon proof, or, I mean, there's, it goes a lot with your beliefs. I mean, we live in a world with, there's so many different cultures and religions and interpretations of what demons are. So whatever you feel, brings your shield of spiritual armor, whether it's crystals or holy water or, different metals and religious metals and things like that. Whatever works for you and whatever you feel prevents that. But a lot of times, we just can't. Those forces are so strong. But for me, it's been a little bit better lately. I mean, we've been doing this for so many years that in the earlier years, we had some serious problems. I mean, I remember Aaron on that particular case that we went to, Return to Bobby Mackey's. Aaron got severely affected, messed with this guy for 3 months. I mean, I've never seen him in that dark of a time in his life. And it was very scary. We've all been there. And whether you believe in this shit or not, it is very, very real. But the demonic stuff, it's scary. Why would you go into a demonic infestation and provoke and do that? Because I want to see the evidence of it. I mean, a lot of people still don't believe this stuff and don't even believe in demons, but that's the aggression that you have to be in the midst of, in that chaos, because that's a storm. I mean, that's where the most manifestations are going to be at such a high level.
And what makes you guys, especially after going through that, Aaron, I would tap out. I'd be like, you know what? I think I'm going to work somewhere else. But what keeps you guys going then, especially after an incident like that, Aaron?
The love of it, helping people, helping the spirits, not, figuring out answers to it all. And it's just part of the job. And it's one of the biggest adult rushes ever. So it's pretty awesome.
You guys,
adult rush.
I always call it an adult rush, like jumping out of an airplane, except you're not. It's just that it's so scary. And you walk out like, we lived.
And you did. You're crazy for that. I would never do that.
The adrenaline highs, I get it. Ghost Adventures Horror at Joe Exotic. It's going to be on the Travel Channel Thursday, October 29th at 9 p.m. Let's dive into that. I'm sure I'll have more questions outside of it, but the Horror at Joe Exotic Zoo. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Fill people in, huh?
So, all right, we all, this is a crazy year for everybody. We're going through a lot. I mean, but March hits, right? And all of a sudden, this Joe Exotic show goes on, and everybody gets sucked into it. And I didn't watch it. Somebody was telling me about it, and they told me about the premise of it. I'm like, I don't know. So I started watching it, and I couldn't stop watching it. I mean, it was so like WTF moments. Like,
yes.
I was like, this isn't even real. Like these characters and these stories. I mean, I'm like, okay, is this scripted? This is real? And then fast forward like 3 months, and I saw a TMZ article, and there was something about how like Carol Baskin is getting the zoo after Jeff Lowe. You know about that, right?
Right. Yes.
So I read this headline, and it says Jeff Lowe is happy to give Carol Baskin the Joe Exotic Zoo and all the ghosts that go along with it. And when I watched that show, I always wondered, is there an energy there? Like, is this zoo like cursed and like possessing people to act like this? And I was like, holy crap, like I might be onto something here. So I know somebody, a magician in Vegas, that went there and went on at the zoo, Murray Sawchuk. And I called him and I'm like, hey dude, do you have Jeff Lowe's number? Like I saw this article, and he goes, yeah. So he connected us. I end up talking to Jeff Lowe, and he starts telling all the things that you never heard about hauntings and things like that. And I was like, holy crap, this is like meant to be. Because when I watched it, I saw us there investigating, and no BS. There was a lot of things going on there. I mean, you had an accidental suicide of Travis Maldonado.
Right.
You have a lot of claims. Now, these claims aren't proven. There was a lot of claims about other bad things happening there, like murders, bodies being on the property. And I'm going to tell you right now, those are just claims. Nothing was proven. But that all kind of went into this recipe of all these hauntings. And once we got there, so fast forward, we get there, we show up on the property, and I see like Alan. You remember Alan? Like,
yes, yes.
Dude, I was scared of that guy.
Yeah, me too. I was totally scared.
Shitless of this guy. And I was like, oh, hey, how you doing? And like, so, but he was the coolest guy. I just gave him all our craft services and he was cool with me.
That's funny.
So Alan was there, Eric and all this. And dude, like once we got there and started interviewing them and the things that they were telling me, like looking at us right in our eyes and saying, I'm going to tell you something right now. Travis Maldonado sat on my couch for 5 minutes. I don't even believe in this stuff. He sat on my couch for 5 minutes, just days after his accidental suicide. And it just went on and on from there. And when we were there, it was just like the same tone as Tiger King. It was nonstop. And there was all these things popping up and twists and turns. And people are really going to see something. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't even know this place was haunted. But once
Zach,
we got there,
you put that two and two together. You put that two and together, like that kind of chaotic, crazy energy, the shit that has gone down there. Why wouldn't there be a kind of a collective energy of ghosts?
Yeah, I mean, we're just human bodies walking around this planet, not fully understanding all the mysteries and secrets about our afterlife, about the universe, about everything. And there's different grounds that we don't know what happened on these grounds way before our short little lives. Ancient things. We don't know what energies are there from the peoples that lived on those grounds, and we don't understand their cultures and what they did. So it doesn't matter where those grounds are, but I firmly believe after our investigation that something happened on that land, and then it was magnified and fueled by the horrific things that occurred there with those sacred animals. That only intensified it, angered it, agitated it, and started affecting everybody there. And I cannot believe some of the stuff that happened there. And I'm not just saying that. It was truly unbelievable.
Oh my God, I'm so sold. You totally sold me on this show.
I have to tell you. I'm not trying to sell you.
No, you didn't. I just meant you had me at hello, trust me. But I'm just saying, now everyone's going to have to watch it with me or fuck off because I'm sitting down to check this out. Ghost Adventures Horror at Joe Exotic Zoo. Write it down, October 29th, 9 p.m. I do want to ask you because is the astral plane, according to you guys, because no one knows for sure, but is the astral plane, the spirits there, do they know they're dead? Do they know that they've moved on or they just lost? Because I know I've heard some people say that they help people move to the other side who are stuck. Why are they stuck? Do they not know they're dead? What's up?
I think it's a mixture of all of that. Some want to stay, some don't know, some are confused, some are angry, some don't know they're dead because it happened too quick. Some have answers they still want. They still have things they were doing in life. So that it's just a combination. You add all that together, and after time, it causes a real gnarly energy that will happen.
No, it's true. It's very true.
And would you say like someone on the astral plane could be like a suicide victim? But would my dead grandparents also be on that astral plane that I would connect to through a psychic? Are they all on that same frequency, or how does it work in your head?
I don't know. We do this full time. We've been doing it for many years, but we can't answer that. The only thing that we can do is interpret our own experiences, our own evidence, and try to give theories on this. But it's when you talk about that, and you talk about like a haunted Civil War hospital and deaths that occurred during those maybe 4 days during the Battle of Gettysburg, or how many days Battle of Gettysburg was. But then like 20 years later, somebody's living in there and they die there, or 50 more years, somebody else lives there, they die there. Are they all grouped together? Are they all in that same dimension looking at each other like, hey, how you doing? You were in the Civil War, huh? Cool. But like, I don't believe in that. I believe that there's so many different multiple dimensions on this planet that we're just one little dimension in this material world. And I was watching this movie last night, and I forget the name of it, but it was along the lines of what we're talking about right now. And it's just that we just don't have enough to see everything. I mean, some of us that are sensitive enough, we can feel things. We can feel things that others can't. All of our anatomy is different, and we're all designed differently. But there are so many different dimensions out there that at times I feel like it's just a bunch of pieces of Swiss cheese stacked up on top of each other. And every now and then those holes kind of line up and you get that quick peek of an apparition. You're like, whoa, what the hell was that? There's a dude in my kitchen. Right. But then it's like, why is he not there again? And if I'm dead and something happens to me, and I want to communicate with my friend and I'm watching him in his house like Patrick Swayze and Ghost, I'm like, dude, there's like you're gonna burn your pizza in your oven, dude. Like but it's like, why can't we hear them all the time? Why can't we do this all the time? Why that's the intriguing thing about this. None of us want to believe that death is the end, because that's scary as shit. That's scary. We like our lives. We like the people in our lives. We like what we do and things like this. And that's a fear. I mean, I would say the biggest fear of the unknown that I have.
It's
and that's why
if you unpack anything, it always goes to fear of death.
And we're so fragile. I don't want to take a dark turn on this conversation, but we're so fragile. I mean, anything can happen at any time, and we want to know answers. Ever since we're a little kid, we always want to know why. Why is water wet? Why is this and that? Like, we want to know answers for all of this stuff. And I think doing this and getting, a piece of evidence that you're like, wow, and it gives you goosebumps and you're feeling a reaction, like you listen to an awesome song or something. You remember that, you feel it, and you want more of it. So, that's the thing about this. But now let me ask you a question, because I remember seeing like a while ago, did you have an experience in your house or like a piano played by itself or something like that? I remember seeing a headline. I'm like, I'm going to contact her and we're going to go investigate her house.
I've had so many ghost experiences. We'd need a few drinks and to sit around and for me to tell you them, because you'd be like, no fucking way. I figured out the piano thing thanks to the internet. I posted it and was like, holy fucking shit, where we've got a haunting. And the internet, they're the fucking best. The internet wins. They're like, idiot, it's your Nest camera sign on. And I was like,
well, you had a good debunk. That's called a good debunk.
And I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, I guess the Nest turn on is that piano chime.
Mm-hmm. So were you kind of like, you a little upset though after that? You're like, damn, I thought I had like
No, I was actually glad because I've seen ghosts, I've seen them. I don't want them in the house. Like, let them be where I've seen them, but I don't want to fucking in the house. And I'm always telling them to go to the light and clearing and la 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 la. So I was happy to hear it was Nest.
You do not want it in your house. You don't want to be watched by something that you can't see, but can see you and is intelligent. That's creepy as shit.
It is creepy as shit. And, obviously they probably are some higher dimensional beings might be standing right next to me right now. Who knows? But they're the only ones I'm going to let in. The higher dimensional beings.
Well, I've seen videos of you and Donnie hunting. You can do a little ghost hunt yourself.
Oh yeah. I'm all for it. But I am a little. I've seen some scary shit, and then I've seen some normal ghost shit. But the scary shit scared the shit out of me so much that I, walked a fine line of getting a little bit spooked out, like you said, a little bit, what was that word, skittish? I have a little skittishness, which is probably good.
Fear is kind of an attraction, though. I like fear in things, and sometimes dark things give me kind of an odd comfort, and I guess that's why I'm kind of strange.
That's why I like you. And it's true. I mean, look at this book, and I keep showing my guests this because I'm trying to finish it, but it's The Golden Dawn. Okay. And it's about like white magic and like spells and stuff. Not that I want to be a witch whatsoever. I am just fascinated with the occult, fascinated by it, and just all the paranormal stuff. I don't know why. I'm scared of it, and I also love it, and I don't know. I have no idea. No one can answer that question for me except for me, and I don't know the answer.
Because those that are interested in things like that are very kind of bored, even though you may not think you're bored, but your material life can be kind of missing something. And being able to kind of be an occultist and kind of explore that other realms and stuff like that, there's an element of danger though, but there's a reward at the end of it, because if you do start seeing things and feeling things, it can be very stimulating.
Yeah. And you know what? I also feel a presence of something. I'm more than my body. I feel that I am presence within me, and have felt that ever since I was young. Like,
thank you, old soul. Do you feel as though you lived another life, even though you may not? know of details about things. Like, There's one thing with me, and that's whenever I go to the Battle of Gettysburg. I talked about that earlier, but whenever I'm there on that Civil War battlefield, I freeze. I stop. Nothing matters to me. I don't think about anything. And anything that the bullshit we think about every day, just trying to stay in the flow of society. But when I'm there, everything goes away, and I get sad, and I smell smoke, and I see things, and there's an attachment I have there. That's how I know. I believe that it's possible that I could have been there in a previous life. And usually I can pick out old souls, just by talking to somebody and things like that. You can kind of tell by the depth of the conversation and the way that their mind thinks about things like the afterlife, things like that. So usually people that kind of just talk about, modern day topics and TMZ headlines and things like that. I don't know.
I need to go deep. I find those people in the corner of a party that want to go deep, because everything else, the surface level shit, bores the fuck out of me. So you're right. We would actually have a really good time. I'm telling you, sitting in a corner exchanging stories. I'm so excited to watch this documentary, and I want more. So what else can we get out of you guys after this special?
We have new episodes coming on Thursday, November 5th. And I guess that's all I can announce for now. We got something else cool coming, but I'm not allowed to talk about it yet. So
great and amazing locations too. Like, wow.
But horror at Exotic Zoo was great, and I can't wait for everybody to see something that happened with Aaron. There's a lot of scary and creepy stuff, but there was something really funny that happened with Aaron on there.
Should I say it? Okay, so
wrapping up. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
No, you can say it. Go ahead.
You'll have to see.
Shitballs. Really?
Oh, it has to do with Alan, and yeah, that's all I can say. It's awesome.
Okay.
Alan's trailer to do an investigation, and he thought Alan was not in his trailer.
Right. So I walk in, and there's tiger sheets on the bed, and he moved because he was in there sleeping, which you totally thought he wasn't. So I thought a tiger got out, was inside the building. I go running out. I'm like panic. Oh God, it's pretty funny. I watch it and just laugh. I just laugh. Like,
oh my God, you guys, how fun that had to be. Well, hopefully I can join you for some time in our lifetime on one of these ghost adventures. But for now, I'm going to check out this, and so is everybody else. Travel Channel Thursday, October 29th at 9 p.m. Ghost Adventures, Horror at Joe Exotic Zoo, Zak Bagans and Aaron Goodwin. God, it was such a pleasure talking to you guys. I have a feeling we're going to be talking again, because I really fucking love this conversation.
Investigation with us sometime. You're invited.
Done. I'm going to wear my spiritual gangster suit, and we're going to go.
Oh, there you go.
More like brassiere. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. It was so much fun. What a great conversation.